recognize our next guest. He played the role of a loyal Secret Service agent, or perhaps you've seen him in other television shows and military or law enforcement roles. Glenn Morshower joins us now in studio. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm thrilled to be here in New Orleans.
I'm so excited to have you here because I was such a loyal watcher of 24, so it's such a thrill to meet you in person and ask you the question that everyone who loved that show is asking. Will there be a movie? Have you gotten a call about a movie being done of 24?
There is talk about a movie, and I'm not being evasive. That's really where we're at with it now. There was a script that had been written, and they've since revamped that script. They've discussed a couple of different directors as options, but nothing has been finalized. All I know is they are planning to shoot it overseas, and they're shooting for a release in 2012, summer of 2012, probably.
And will you be returning in your Secret Service role?
That I don't know, but certainly I hope so. Kiefer and I spoke a few months ago. We're optimistic, but again, I'm not being secretive. I really don't know. I so want to because I love the show and I love playing Aaron Pierce. And fans, it's interesting, fans all over the world, whenever someone comes up to say hello, do you know they never want to shake hands? They always want a hug.
Oh,
yeah, which is a really wonderful thing.
That is really sweet. When he says Kiefer, he means Kiefer Sutherland, Jack Bauer, of course. That's how a lot of people know him. So what brings you to New Orleans? What are you working on these days?
I'm here doing a pilot called Wild Card, starring Jennifer Finnegan, and she is just delightful in the role. Also Ben Lawson. Technically, I guess Ben is number one on the call sheet, and it's for USA Television. Fox is working in conjunction with them, and we don't know yet whether or not it will be picked up, which is pretty standard when you're shooting a pilot. So we're hopeful. I will not be a series regular in that. I'm just down here as a guest star, but it's a wonderful script and a very good role.
You know, New Orleans has become such a hot spot. I don't know what the buzz is in your world, in the theatrical world, in the film world, in the TV world, but it just seems like so much is happening here. Is this one of your first things that you're doing here in the city?
No, I was down here right before Katrina doing All the King's Men with Sean Penn and Jude Law. And New Orleans, at that time, we were referring to New Orleans as the new Vancouver, because Vancouver got so much work in the late 90s and even early 90s because of the dollar up there. The US dollar spent so well. And now New Orleans, the tax incentives are such that how can you not come here? Plus the people are very cooperative and eager to be involved. It's just a great community, and it's so diverse. Had Katrina not hit, I think New Orleans would have been on fire, and now they're playing catch up, but it seems like they've rebounded beautifully.
Yeah, hopefully we're heading in that direction and staying that direction now. In addition to acting, you're also a motivational speaker, and we were talking earlier on that, you know, you started out, whether it was in a synagogue or church, you thought sometimes the pastor or whoever was out there just couldn't capture the attention. So your motivational speaking is, you're out there reaching people, but you're doing it in a unique way. Let's talk about that.
I am. I started about 25 years ago talking to high school and college students, and specifically actors. And then a man changed my life somewhere along the path. I was down in Houston, and I ran into this good old boy, sounded just like this. He comes up and he goes, "Son, my granddaughter told me that if you were ever in the Houston area again, that I'm supposed to hear you speak." And I said, "Great." Well, he said, "I had such a good time, and I want you to know you're not talking about acting at all. You're talking about life, son." And he handed me his card, and he was the CEO of Exxon, and asked if I could speak to his corporation. And then all of a sudden I realized, wow, this is a corporate message as well, because it's about honing and refining that which you are, and thus increasing efficiency in every area of your life. There are no limitations to this.
So that's what you focus on.
Indeed, and I don't consider myself so much a motivational speaker as I do an inspirational speaker, and I'm not a teacher as much as I'm a reminder. These are truths that people know, they're innate, and it's a matter of application and taking what isn't working out of life so that what's left is what does work. And there is no one who portrayed this for us better than Michelangelo, because when he carved the statue of David, he was asked, "How did you carve such a beautiful statue that's so lifelike?" And you know what he said? He said, "I didn't carve David. I simply carved away everything that wasn't David."
That is beautiful. And will you be here speaking at all specifically, or so people can see you?
Yes, actually it's tonight. So that's pretty simple.
Where can people see you tonight?
Tonight from 7:30 to 10:30 at the, it's called the Rugby Pub in Gretna.
Okay. Well, I hope you get to enjoy some food. I know you're from Dallas. the South is very familiar to you. You get to do something exciting while you're here.
Well, we love to eat, us Texans, and the good thing is with 24, 10 months out of the year, it was understood that you cannot gain or lose more than 2 pounds.
Ooh.
Because it is the story of one day. So your weight has to be maintained. But I'm not on that show right now, so I can eat all I want to.
Yes, well, go and have a great meal while you're here. It's such a pleasure meeting you.
It's very nice to
Good luck
meet
with
you.
everything else in your future. Thank you so much.
Thrilled to be here.
Morshower. Love watching him on 24. We'll be right back with more.